Senator, a former senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But they say once a senator, always a senator. Did that give you any insight into the crisis between Tinubu and Rauf Olaniyan? Has Oyetola paid the price at last? Remember, Adeyeye took us through the trajectory of how the argument started. You know, Adeleke said her brother died in a controversial circumstance. Was that politics? Remember the 2018 election, how Oyetola won? All right. It's about politics and power. And the radio man is here. The program is State Affairs. I have Ahmed Lawal, legal practitioner on State Affairs. Mr. Lawal, good to have you here.
It's nice to be here. I'm very delighted.
You enjoy politics and power?
Definitely.
You listen to Adeyeye there?
Yes, I listen to him.
How do you feel?
His analysis is not strange to me because I'm also from Osun, and I'm also very, versed with what has happened in Osun. So I'm not taken aback. I'm not surprised by those analyses. These are things that some of us are also aware of. It's just that sometimes some of us also disagree with the kind of politics Senator Adeyeye played in recent times.
Why do you disagree with him?
Senator Adeyeye should remember that if on his popularity alone, he wouldn't have been senator. Throughout the period he was senator, the two times he was senator representing the Central Senatorial District, he never won his local government. Wanted him to represent them. It was the votes of Oshogbo and Olonda that's always been saving Senator Adeyeye. So when you want to take, political decisions, or you want to take a stand, you must also not forget where you are coming from. His position, on the recent primaries that brought about Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, while we concede to him that to support whoever he wants to support, his umbrage at Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu was unstatesmanlike, having knowledge of what has transpired, even during his own time. He wants to masquerade as a Democrat.
Is he
as somebody who, bow to democratic ethics. But what we have seen in the two times he was senator representing the Central Senatorial District, his people vehemently rejected him. He was literally imposed by Aregbesola on that constituent. The constituent did not want him, and there are lots of protests for his candidature in the two times he represented the Central Senatorial District.
Right.
But yet, the powers that be, those he now condemn as undemocratic, are the people who stood their grounds against even the insistence of the members of his constituents that they do not also approve of his candidature.
Thank you.
Go ahead and become the senator. While I will not begrudge his right, to pull his weight behind whoever he likes to emerge, but to go beyond or to go overboard, demarketing any other person, particularly somebody who had been your beneficiary, is a sad taste in some of us, in my mouth.
Thank you. Barrister Babatunde Ojehomo, good to have you on State Affairs.
Thank you, Edmund, for having me.
As Oyetola paid a huge price for the war in Osun State APC,
Well, I don't see this as a huge prize. It's politics. The office is not permanent. You go there, you live there. The way you get there, it's an arm of politics. The way you sustain the retainer is another issue. The Oshun stuff just brought to fore an issue in Nigeria politics that it just revolves around people, not it revolves around individuals, okay, who are political heavyweights, and not the people who really don't matter here, okay. And you see the way the structure runs, you will discover that it's like there are trees with fruits. People hang onto these trees. They don't just say it's always what the main man says should fly, that goes. Okay, if we continue with this kind of politics, it will still revolve around these individuals. Okay, somebody, and the best way to go about it is to pull him out of office. What is the party here? Okay, when these things are going on, when these differences are the gravity is this that can make them lose election. But I don't think the best thing to do is to allow these differences between these individuals make them lose a political seat. To me, it's uncalled for. It's like so much of a reaction to what is happened. Why did the party not intervene?
But power is always about individuals, isn't it?
Yeah, power is, if you look at Foucault, he doesn't agree with that. That is what it has become in Nigeria, okay?
And that's our reality.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a chain, okay? Every individual has his own power. The day you cast your vote, that is when you exercise your vote. The accumulation of it, you leave it in an individual who will follow the constitution of the country for proper administration of the country.
Is that not what we do here? Osun State people have voted.
Yes, they have voted. The point I'm making here is that we are trying to say, the question you ask is, Oyetola paid the big price for
the Tinubu war.
Yeah, but the war. I said, yeah. But if Osun people who were looking at these people where they were fighting, okay, they know what it could cost them. I think the better thing would have been
sometimes let people fight. It's good to fight sometimes.
Yeah, it's good to fight. But when you know the end result is going to cost you something you have labored for so long and spent so much on, then I think you look out for the alternative and then know whether you is an.
Everybody should have fought and ran away. It was in America cooling off.
Yes.
It's good to fight sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. It's good to fight. But then when you are fighting, I think you should look at what is the purpose for the fight. If you don't fight to destroy what you have built over time.
In your state, Seyi Makinde's fight. Is it a good fight that Seyi Makinde gave his former deputy, Rauf Olaniyan? Politics, Rauf Olaniyan. Politics and power.
My understanding of politics is about interest. And interest connotes a lot of things. You fight to also protect your lane, your interest. If you feel that somebody that you have a mandate together is tilting to another side that would not also serve your interest, you want to move. Politics is about subterfuge. That's what they do. The contest for power is such that people want to take the first lot so that they will not be caught unaware. Even in APC in Oyo State, you talk about Jagba, because some people were dozing off and somebody who is at alert took over the structure of the party.
So Jagba is to be alert?
Jagba, it's not that it's to be alert. I'm just telling you that the kind of politics...
No, it is to be alert. Somebody was sleeping.
Alert.
So Jagba
is to be alert. Good. That's what we are saying. So Seyi is fighting with his deputy, feels that if care is not taken, he might take the rug off his feet. So he had to act quickly.
So it's pure politics.
It's pure politics. There is nothing like, if you ask me why the deputy governor was removed, it was purely politics. In fact, it was more pronounced when he defected to another party. They have been managing it. And they didn't ask, to go full throttle against the deputy governor until he decamped. I was speaking to somebody. I said, if I were deputy governor, I won't decamp. I will sit down there and be doing my things until the end of my term. So the deputy governor himself played into their hand by defecting. You don't need to. You already, everybody, it's an open thing that from day one that they have been together, it has been marriage of inconveniences, and the deputy governor had been treated in such a manner that does not, befit the status of the deputy governor, and he has taken it in his strides for like 3 years. So I do not see reason why he could not have, endured till the end of the term.
Now let's look at Section 188 of the Constitution.
Yes.
Did the House of Assembly, Barrister Ojehomo, follow precedent laid down by that section of the Constitution?
Substantially, yes. Substantially, yes. They followed Section 188, and I can tell you that they won't want to make this mistake second time. So they tried as much that, even though it was a procedure or a process that was rushed through, substantially, I am telling you, it became even better for them because the deputy governor still gave them that opportunity to allow this whole thing to happen.
How?
So the legal team for deputy governor have not really, to me, done sufficiently well.
How?
When the invitation, I don't want to run through the whole process. Let me go to an area where, on the invitation where they were really complaining that the notice of impeachment and the petition that was served for him at about 10:45, and it was bid to appear before the House at 11 a.m., which was too short a notice for anybody to respond to. Now, if you look at that aspect, there was a big trap in that area. The question is, sort of my way ask, is when was that notice actually issued? From experience, we can tell that is aware that there is a process to impeach him is ongoing, and he knows the process. The first step they will take is to serve a notice. We want to avoid that service, because without that, they can't take any step. So if the time they were able to get him was that 10:45, the other facts we don't know. That was when it was given. I think the best thing to do, when you know that this panel probably will be out, or House of Assembly will be out for your head, the time you are going to your lawyer, writing for an adjournment to prepare your defense, was a big mistake. We know, if you look at that panel, it was assume a quasi-criminal jurisdiction when they were constituted. It's not just like any other body. So allegations against the deputy governor were criminal in nature. Gross misconduct, financial recklessness, and the rest things, come and defend it. If you don't want to go, send your lawyer in, give good reasons why they need to give you time. From there, instead of writing the letter, this is not just a panel. It is a panel that, in fact, what I feel here strongly is that there was a show of disrespect, which probably would have angered those members of the panel when they got letter.
You feel that panel was duly constituted by the Chief Judge?
Yes. Yes, let me disagree with my learned friends on the conduct of the panel. If you look at the Constitution is very clear as to the time frame within which the panel should operate. They have between the time of their constitution and 3 months, to arrive at whatever decision they want to arrive. One, when they were constituted on Thursday, and notice was issued to the deputy governor, which he received at 11:45, and the panel will sit by 12. And when you look at the subsection 6 of section 188 of the Constitution. They said the holder of an office whose conduct is being investigated under this section shall have the right to defend himself in person or be represented before the panel by a legal practitioner of his own choice. The fact that he has a right of defense means that the law also allow him to have ample opportunity to prepare for his defense. It's a constitutional thing. You have ample opportunity to prepare for. If a letter was written to you by 11:45 for a matter for 12, and he wrote a letter stating that he needs time to prepare for his defense, I do not see anything wrong in writing a letter to a panel to say, I will come, but I needed time to prepare for my defense. Is there refusal, to say we want to go along, you want to go ahead without listening to him is a violation of his fundamental right to fair hearing. Why are they in a hurry? A committee that was to find out an allegation, whether that allegation is proven or not, should have ample opportunity to listen to all the parties. As far as I'm concerned, the committee, ran against the constitutional provision by rushing the whole thing. It is not as if you gave enough, not even 48 hours, not even 72 hours. You gave an impossible notice, not even in court. Even when you have an urgent matter in court, you will serve, at least you have 48 hours.
But now the question is this.
So, can I quickly respond?
You have 48 hours to...
His point of divergence here from my position is that he created this scenario of a panel that has so much time, like 90 days, to get out, go into this investigation and come up with something, report, rush through this process and then came up with, of course. My learned friend would not say he's not also aware that when you are given an assignment for 90 days in law, it doesn't mean you have to work within that, you have to work and it must be 90 days for you to, if you can do it
in one hour.
You can do it.
In 1 hour.
Yes, you can do it. In this circumstance, why I said the deputy governor made a mistake, I'm not missing my words, is that if you are invited to come and defend yourself, you have been given opportunity to be heard. If you refuse to take opportunity of if you refuse to make good use of that opportunity that was given to you, you cannot be here to be saying you were never given the opportunity. The one you were given, okay? What did you do with it?
So if he had appeared before that committee at that
personally
or represented by his counsel, if he had
instead of writing the letter,
if he had appeared and the panel still went ahead,
it is a different scenario. If you appear, you show some respect. Show some respect.
This
and then you now give good reason why you may not be able to proceed.
Was it a booby trap for him?
This position is strange to me, honestly.
But it's not strange to the law.
Representation does not mean it should be personal. If you invited me and I have written, it is respect for that authority that I wrote, that I needed some time to come. It is different. It is a different thing entirely if he has not written and he has not made representation. Maybe we should get that thing straight.
No,
if somebody there is no law that says that if you invite me and I write, that thing should not be taken into cognizance. You write to court. Even lawyers write to court the reason why they could not attend proceedings. It is not as if he refused, to attend. And if you look at his lawyer resides out of town. His lawyer is in Abeokuta. Fasanu SAN is in Abeokuta. You gave somebody 15 minutes to appear. The best they can do is to write a letter and send to you. I do not agree with my learned friends that his failure to attend personally, what will he have come to do when he's not ready and prepared for whatever defense he has.
All right.
I do not agree, and I with due respect, I disagree vehemently that his writing letters is a disrespect to that body. It is not. Honestly, it is out of respect that he wrote. He made the representation in writing.
Lawyers,
to say, give me some time. To come and now say that because he didn't appear in person or by his counsel personally means a disrespect to that body. I disagree.
Yeah, counsel. Yeah.
Okay, we just have to call for a break at this time with due respect. All right. Barrister Ibrahim Lawal and Barrister Tunde Ojehomo are on State Affairs. Don't go away.
State Affairs with Edmondo Bilo is live.
Splash FM 105.5.
I feed my mind. I see the light. I see the power of the future. Knowledge is light.
Reading is feeding the mind. Feed the mind. Go to udarabooks.com. Udara Books. Feeding the mind.
Her life is about hardship. Her innocence does not matter. She is stranded, hoping to find a home. Does she dream? Dream of her in a school, in a good home, growing steady and happy. But her place at the moment is in the street. She is one of the children from northern Nigeria running away from violence and poverty. She is not alone. Her relations are part of the journey to Ibadan in search for better life. They found themselves in Ibadan and discovered that in their cases, suffering is a companion, a lover. They are homeless. When they arrived, they took their places by the fence of Mokola Army Barracks where they hoped to build their tents. But the army would have none of that. They must leave. They are scattered in search of comfort. They end up as beggars. That is their reward for being born in Nigeria. They have shown the zeal to survive despite her desert is already finding her way around. She ran away from the north to survive the violence there.
Hadiza.
Abin da ya sa ni bara, ya sa rashi. Ya sa ni bara.
Rashi ya sa ke bara. Kika ce shanunki an kashe su. Ko? Yawa kamar ya ta wace hanya aka kashe wayannan shanuwayen? Ta ya aka kashe su ko aka sace su ya aka yi?
Abin da waɗannan da ka kasawa ɗan fatin nan da makami. Ya san suna bin mutane suna kashe. To ai suna.
Kidnappers, all those, that stayed in the bush to collect their things, stole her cows, and then after stealing them, some of them were shot. So since then she has nothing, then she just have to come and start begging.
Bisa dai an faɗan ka an gama tun baka da aito da kaka dawowa ko.
Look at the babies, the Musper twins. They depend on givers, and struggle to get their shares.
Do you do this all the time?
No, not all the time.
Okay. And how do you feel? See them scrambling for...
I feel bad. My husband has a farm.
Okay.
He harvested this, and I just felt I should bring this to them. I feel sad each time I come. This is my route.
Okay.
Most times when I'm going in the morning, they sleep over there. They bathe there, they cook there. I have a pain in my heart saying that. I've been here once or twice asking that, can I adopt one of them? The process is much. I just felt, well, this is what I can afford to bring to them. Part of my husband's farm's produce, and I brought it to them.
Has government acted responsibly enough to help?
Not in any way. It's corruption all over. Not in any way. But the ones that people like us can do, I bring clothes here for them. We just do it and... Madam, are we safe with this insurgency, with these people? We are not in any way. We are not. All of these children, give them 1,000 naira, that's the maximum, they will do anything. And if I have my way, I want to pick one or two of them and adopt. If they will release them. So I've been here, I've spoken to they call the man one name, that I need just 2 girls. I'm a Christian, but that also is a constraint. They don't want to release them.
It's not, if we want to, we are Nigerians.
I've been here. Yeah. Not twice. I want to adopt 2 of them, train them, bring back them here some years after. Perhaps by the time they see the difference, others will be able to follow.
In the heat of poverty, it becomes important to warn leadership of the dangers the plight of distress. The program is State Affairs on Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. Ibrahim, legal practitioner, is on State Affairs, and Babatunde Ojehomo, a legal practitioner too, is here. Let's look at the charges brought against him. Now that he has been impeached,
serious justice to this matter. Maybe we'll go a step